Okay, CMARA Field Day 2021. This year will be in minimized mode with 3 stations plus VHF SAT as W1BIM 3 Alpha. The board discussed this matter earlier in the week, and we decided that that's how we would start out. There is nothing sacrosanct about 6 Alpha or any other number. In fact, if you have a very good set of stations and it's manned for 24 hours, you can make more points than if you had 20 Alpha. Okay, so it's only relevant now to how many people we can get to put up stations and how many people will be at the field. So primarily the stations will represent 20, 40, and 80 meters. The propagation changes during the night may require one of the stations to try 10 meters and 15 meters sideband or CW. Any station may opt for CW at the lower end of these bands, providing no other W1BIM station is trying to operate CW on the same band. In all times, this next sentence will be applicable. If you're not sure, please check with the welcome tent via the handy talkie issued to each station, or go to the welcome tent and check the aggregate display. Same goes for digital transmissions. To save arguments or discussion, please read the field day rules, which will be attached to the survey when you get it. The VHF station has free reign over VHF and UHF bands and satellite contacts. If a SAT-HF downlink contact requires a receiver, typically 10 meters, any available receiver or transceiver may be used with the transmitter control disabled. Remember, for any field day contact, before switching bands or modes, you must remain on that band for 15 minutes before making changes. Just a note that is not really in the rules, except you have to translate the rules, and that is no home station who will be reporting as a self Central Mass Amateur Radio Association can count any QSOs made with W1BIM at the field day site. The same goes for W1BIM, not counting any contacts made with CMARA members who are reporting CMARA as the aggregated club. Now, you will receive in the survey package, these notes will appear again, so you don't have to try and remember them, and there's not going to be a quiz at the end. The N1MM status display at the welcome desk will provide aggregate of all scores, number of QSOs on each band, frequencies in use, operator call sign and receive signal call signs, time, and RST. Digital modes may be attempted by any station on its assigned band. The welcome tent laptop will sync time to dimension 4 digital contacts. So, the laptop in the welcome tent will be the main network laptop. The field day rules will be attached to the email. You also obviously can go to the ARRL and look up 2021 field day rules. There are some changes that you should know about. What we will probably be doing is there'll be people at the field, and there'll be a number of people as 1B, 1 alpha, 1C, 1D, 1E type stations at home, who will report in with the CMARA name, and therefore their score will be aggregated with the score of the W1BIM at the field. It's a very useful thing, and obviously was mandated by COVID-19. It might even stay there. I know I read an article about discussion about that. It might stay there forever, which would change the face of field day, really. For 2021, there'll not be a mess hall. Each tent or person is responsible for advising the welcome tent or food person what kind of sandwiches or subs they would like for lunch Saturday, dinner Saturday, lunch Sunday, and breakfast on Sunday. We will try to find a volunteer, in quotes, to go to a diner or McDonald's. I'm hoping there's a couple of people listening tonight who have some ideas on how we can obtain bulk stuff. I will bring a high-speed Keurig coffee maker, some coffee and tea pods, and cups and water. Please bring your own favorite pods if you want. The Aldrich Astronomy Celestial Privy, the toilet that Bob built, will be available to all. You have to remember to top up the toilet tank from water jugs in the bathroom. And please clean up after you're finished. There is no sink, so you have to use a liquid, what you call a hand spray, which will be in the toilet. While sitting on the pole, remember the guy who built it, Bob Pelican. Bob, W1TAB, up there in the F2 layer, would get a kick out of being appreciated for the celestial privy. If more water is required, someone will need to go to George's house across the field or home to get more water. But Aldrich just wrote back to me today. They said they're really loading the place up with 5-gallon and gallon jugs of water. The following rules must be followed by every person at the field, and I really mean this. Okay, we will be checking. You must check in at the welcome tent when entering the field. I don't want people driving into the field, driving over to somewhere and disappearing. You come to the welcome tent, you sign in. We check if you registered with Aldrich, which will be the next thing. You must register with Aldrich on their site. Very simple. It's actually a form that was created especially for us. It's just a name, address, and email. And just register with Aldrich, even if you just think you might be coming to the field. It's so simple. You'll see the URL will be in a couple of letters that Dan will send out, and will also be in the field day information survey. Okay, so we must register with Aldrich. Remember, they are the people letting us use their field, which they lease from the Voice House, by the way. And so we must honor them with what they request, and that was to record everybody. Apparently, the city, quote, of Oakham require counts of people at outside events or inside events for COVID-19 tracing. We hope, obviously, that that's all over by then, but as with everything you've ever read in the last year, nobody's sure of anything. You have to make sure that you know that things could change, and if they do change, that you have some way of accomplishing whatever it is. 3, masks must be worn inside station tents unless the people in the tent are family or from your pod, or the state of Massachusetts has changed the rule as of June 24. Currently, on 5/20/21, Aldrich requires wearing of masks anywhere on the field, but that will change too. There's no smoking. If you must smoke, you go out on the road, go to the north or south of the entrance. Soft drinks and water only. No fires of any kind other than the official campfire at the fire pit at 11 p.m. Saturday. Observe all flagged red, yellow taped areas. Could be guide ropes, gas cans, generators, or no parking. Do not park in front or either side of the toilet. There be leach fields and a well there. Observe any flags, ropes, and tapes. All stations must use transceiver CAT connected to laptops. All stations will use N1MM+, latest edition as of around 1500 EDT Friday, 6/24. Attempts to update during field day could bring down the whole network. So just remember that. When you come with your radio on Saturday morning, unless you're delivering it Friday night, your laptop better be up to date. Please note, Aldrich Society members may be on the field. Please give them the respect they deserve for allowing us to use the field, at least from the Boy Scouts. If they would like to see what amateur radio is all about, please invite them into your station. Observe mask requirements. They will probably already be masked, but just invite them in and show them. Yes, you may have gathered from what I've said before and yourselves that John will tell you this too, is that they're a little bit snobby, the Aldrich people. They don't realize that some of our radios cost more than their telescopes. But that's one of the reasons for having them come and look too. They are interested, but they're nice people. They're good people. Okay, next. All right, the schedule. And this again will be repeated in the survey. Friday. Friday and Saturday, set up tents, antennas, flagging, taping. Saturday, 1400, begin field day. Now these are obvious. 1700, report into the welcome tent to order dinner. Very, very important. 2100, Aldrich Star Party, dependent on weather and Aldrich attendees. 2300, campfire sing-along with WA1JXR and any other musicians who anybody can play anything and think they can keep up with Greg. You're very welcome to bring your recorder, guitar, violin, piano, theater organ, or any other device that you'd like to bring. On 6/26 Sunday at 07:30 roughly, report to the welcome tent to order breakfast for your crew, by the way, in any of these things. Don't, individual people can come up, but it would be best if we just, ran around your area with the people that at your location and see what they want, and then come to the welcome tent to order it. Also at 11:30 roughly, report to the welcome tent to order lunch. (6/26) Sunday, 1400, stop FD activities. And a very important note, and I'm sure Terry will back this up because last year we had a problem, 2019. Do not turn off your laptop or radios until you have checked with the welcome tent to make sure your station stats have been fully recorded. 2019 will shut down their PCs while the network was still up and their data was canceled. Fortunately, I had earlier screenshots and was able to reconstruct it with some information from some of the guys. Power down all generators except for the coffee machine. 1700, inspect the field, clear field of all kit and caboodle, masks, pegs, flags, tapes, ropes, wire, warts, and pots. Make sure all toilet water jugs are filled. Nothing is to be stored at the field. All antennas, tents are to be taken away by CMARA members. Aldrich have been very nice in what they said about the fact that they can only get one person in the dome telescope area because of our junk in there. So we have to take it away. It was good when Bob was there. Obviously, he could store the stuff and nobody would say anything. But it's a different regime now, and we have to take our stuff away. So somehow, in one of the next meeting, or maybe by email from the board, we need to determine somebody who would take some of the stuff. Okay. All right, that's it. So we can stop the recording, Selena. Thank you. And we can get back out of stopping share. And there we are. And Greg is